Here with nextlevelguitar.com. Hope all is going well, and I hope your guitar and musical journeys are going famously. And today I'm doing like a series of lessons for lead guitar and improvisation, and we're going to take you through some fun licks, maybe do some different things, different devices, different techniques, and these are all things that you could, put your own twist on, and some things that will give you some different sounds, some different things to try in your lead guitar journey as we do like this melodic soloing over this melodic jam track. And as I go on in the series, it's going to get a little bit more challenging. We're going to get into some more intermediate and advanced style kind of licks and devices. Now the guitar is going to be in standard tuning, and throughout the series we're going to be using a jam track in the key of D minor. And basically it's a nice slow moving jam track, and the chords are a D minor 9 to a B flat, major 7 flat 5, and then it goes to a G minor 6 to an A sus4. Now, if you want that jam track, I did a video lesson on it. I'll tell you what, I'll put that jam track up here in the cards, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below. So go ahead and pull that up, and this way you'll have the track to practice over and apply what you're learning. And before we get rocking, if you could do me a huge favor, please subscribe to the channel, because that really helps us to keep bringing the content, as well as then you'll be notified when I have new lessons posted. Also, leave a comment below. Let me know what lessons you'd like to see coming up. And if you like the video, please click the like button, give it a thumbs up, share it, and thank you so much for your support. And by the way, for instructional purposes on my sound, I have the gain turned down a bit, and I also have the delay off. So let's tear into some melodic soloing, right? One of the licks I did was something like this. Okay, now that lick is based off of this D minor triad. Right, the minor triad is just those 3 notes that make up that minor chord. In this instance, we're playing the D minor triad. The root actually is right here, D, and this is actually movable triad. So you have your D note here on that 7th fret of the G string. You have your F note on the B string on the 6th fret, and there's our A on the 5th fret of the high E string. Our D minor triad. You can also think of that as that lives inside this D natural minor scale. And that's a scale that I use a lot. I love D natural minor for melodic soloing. I love these diatonic 7-note scales. And in fact, most of what you heard me playing in the intro was pretty much straight natural minor. I was using different landing tones as the chords change, but I wasn't really playing much blues or pentatonic. It was mostly, I wanted to get that, mystical kind of natural minor 7-note, more of a modal sound. That natural minor scales works so good over that jam track. The lick, actually, I started like, I kind of did one pick, kind of swept those 3 notes with one downstroke. And then when I got to the first finger, little vibrato, then I went back, up it, and then when I got to the G string, I'm starting to do a little palm muting, kind of change it up a little bit. Instead of the note, get a little different sound in there. Then I just climbed right up the scale, and then I slid up to my G note at that 8th fret. I ended it on that D note on the G string on my root note. So the whole lick slow. Here it is up to speed. I also like incorporating some licks using open strings, and I played a lick like this. Okay, and that started with the open strings, and then I kind of moved it down the scale. But basically what I'm doing is I'm playing that natural minor scale, but I'm putting the open string before. So it's 4 notes per string. So on the A string, I start it like this. And it's all one pick, the open string, hammer, hammer, hammer. So open and hammer 5, hammer 7, and hammer 8. You want to get those 4 notes in there. And then you do the same thing on the D string. 5, 7, 8. That's the scale notes. So this is a device that'll work with any scale, but you're putting in that open string first. I'll take that back. It will work with most scales if those open strings are also notes that are in the scale. But even if they're not, it might just sound cool because they'll sound a bit outside. So you have to kind of use it at your discretion. So here it is slow. And whenever you're playing the open string licks, they don't sound as good slow as when you start to play them fast. All right, and then got to the G string, open G, 5, 7, hammer. Here's all 3 strings. And build the speed up. And then when I got down to the G, I played that. So what I was doing there was I was climbing right up the scale. Right up that natural minor scale. But I was going up a note, back a note, up a note, back a note, up a note, back a note. Then I was going down to the B string. And I ended on my root note, D. So here's a lick slow. Okay, here's a little faster. Now, if you want to see some of these scales that I'm talking about drawn out on paper, sometimes it helps to kind of have that visual, right? I could really help you with that. Tell you what, click on the link in the YouTube description box below. I'll send you a killer ebook. It's my biggest rock blues soloing ebook. It's packed with like 29 scale diagrams, soloing strategy, major minor key, lessons, exercises. It's awesome. I'll pair it with a video lesson on some easy ways to spice up your soloing. I'll send them both to you for free. Video lesson and ebook. Just click on that link below. It's a cool lick I was doing. I was combining some arpeggios together and I got this sound. Okay, so what I was doing there was I was playing this minor arpeggio, but I was sweeping it. So I was sweeping it as I was kind of descending it. And then I quickly hopped back up to that F note on that high E string, so you got to skip a lot of string. And then I slid it to my D note, and I played, and I kind of swept that where I'm playing those notes, 10th fret on the high E, 11 on the G, 11 on the B, 12 on the G, 10 on the G, and then to 9. Like a minor 6, D minor 6 arpeggio. Then I slide that back up to the F note from 9 to 10. And I ended it on the F note with the octave. F 13th fret. So slow. And that's kind of like a little cool little arpeggio that you could use right here in this natural minor scale. D natural minor. Lives right there. You can slide it back from that E, back to your D, and you got your root note. Another fun lick I like doing is using octaves, but sliding them up in different ways up the neck. I played a lick like this in that intro. So what I was doing, I was using the octaves off of the A string and the G string. So there's my D octave. What I'm doing is I'm just playing that A string, I'm skipping over the D, and I'm playing the G string. 5th fret A string, 7th fret on the G string. And on my first finger is kind of falling flat. Falls down flat to mute that middle string. So I kind of play the one string, then the other. Then I slide up a minor third, so I skip over the next note and I go to the following note. So I'm sliding from the 5th to the 8th. Then I slide back 1, so I kind of go up 2, back 1, up 2 notes, back 1, up 2, back 1. It gives me a cool, interesting sound. Here it is slow. I land on that A note, right? So you get this. And I'm landing, kind of targeting that A note, because again, very strong note in that D minor chord. Something else I like doing is the long slides into a scale, which is a cool device. Like if we take this D natural minor scale and just pick some of the notes. Right, but I slide into them. But I slide in a descending, then ascending, where I pass the first note to the next note. Gives me a cool sound. And I do the next string. And you can get all kinds of cool licks. You can do that with any scale using these long slides. It doesn't even matter where you start it from either, because the ear's not going to pick off the dissonance. And that's something that I do a lot. So you could do that even like into bend, where I'm doing a bend, letting it down, and then I do a legato run, slide up, then a long slide down to a note. Then I get to my root note. So that lick, kind of cool, where I'm incorporating a lot of things. Whole step bend, legato, slide up, and then slide way down, pull off to my root note, and then a slide 5 to 7 root note. I hope you enjoyed those licks and devices. You know, put on that jam track and just get lost in it, right? And really drill down on these and try a few of them and incorporate it into your playing. Put your own spin and your own twist on it. You know, there's so much that you could do, and I was just kind of just taking a few scales, a few arpeggios, but hopefully those will give you some different ideas and some food for thought, some ammunition for your arsenal. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That really helps us to keep bringing the content, as well as then you'll be notified when I have new lessons up. And don't forget to click on that link in the YouTube description box. Get my free killer reference ebook. You'll use it throughout your guitar journey. Rock Blues Soloing ebook, packed with scale diagrams, soloing strategies, music theory. I'll send you that in a video lesson for free. Just click below. I recently dropped a new record with my original band, Mind Cell. Really would love for you to hear it. Check it out. We're from San Diego. I think it's a slammin' record. Some of the best music I've ever written. It's streaming on all the platforms. I'll put links to that in the YouTube description box below. Give it a listen. Let me know what you think, and if you have any questions, maybe on the gear I use, the tones, the studio recording, right? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And thank you so much for checking out this lesson and for your support over the years and years. So appreciate it. Keep up all that hard work on those guitars. Have fun with it, right? And remember, your guitar playing is an evolution. So enjoy the journey. Take care, rock on, and I will see you in the next lesson.